If you want to make some picks on your favorite sports, check out Underdog Fantasy's Pick'em game where you choose higher or lower on between 2 to 8 players and can win up to 325 times your entry. And using code ZERK when you sign up, you'll get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
Alright, so we have some more Madden 26 info to get into. Leaks is tweeting some very valuable pieces of information. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Youngboy for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance, shout out the next video, drop a like in the vid, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, notification bell on it, comment below, Noti Gang. Also, guys, college football and NFL seasons are closing in very, very soon. That being said, we have NFL preseason on right now. NFL preseason with a bunch of games this upcoming week. We just had the Hall of Fame game, cashed in with this pick. That being said, today's Saturday, we have UFC, and I've already posted up all of my UFC picks on my Twitter. You guys can go ahead and find those over there. And if you guys check out Underdog Fantasy, only using code ZERK, you guys will get this Dak 0.5 free pick, another 0.5 free pick, and up to $1,000 in bonus funds. You guys just have to sign up before the NFL kickoff, so you definitely have a lot of time to get in. Make sure you do so, though. Check out UFC for today. Use code ZERK. Alright guys, so let's get into this. We have some very important Madden 26 info to get into. Now, I do want to let you guys know, I am actually not sure if EA is going to be doing any sort of other information today about Madden 26 Ultimate Team. As you guys know, the last couple days we had a lot of the player rating reveals, you know, the top 10 quarterbacks and edges and everything, right? The question is, will they also reveal additional things like rookie premieres, the entire database, whatever the case is? I don't really know. So this may not be the only video of today. You guys shall see. That being said though, Leaks actually tweeted out some really big info specifically about gameplay in Madden 26, and this is actually really good because now we can kind of see this with the reveals that EA already did and kind of point some stuff out here. But starting off, let's talk about this. Madden 26 has a new run block engage formula. So basically, how well are you going to be able to block shed on the defense? Things have changed now. So the blocking rating, run blocking itself, now matters 70% versus just 60% in Madden 25. Strength is now down to 20% versus 22.5% in Madden 25. So basically, strength matters a little bit less when it comes to actually disengaging from a run block or in general, how your player is going to block somebody else. And also weight matters way less, 10% versus 17.5%. So here is actually the chart so you guys can get a comparison here from Madden 25 to Madden 26. Now essentially, what does this mean? Basically, this means if you guys have a player straight up now, run blocking matters more than anything. Weight matters way less, strength also matters slightly less, and more than anything, run block matters the most. Now this is actually really big because as you guys know, something you've probably heard me say a lot throughout the years, especially when it comes to, you know, big offensive tackles, whatever, right? You may be willing to go out there and pick up someone who is maybe not as high of run block as another, let's say, left tackle, but they weigh 20 pounds more, right? Well, weight mattered a lot more. Now, it doesn't matter as much. So run block engage, win chance here to win on the run block. Run blocking by far and away matters more than strength or even the weight. Now let's take a look here at power move versus finesse move because this also changed from Madden 26. As you guys can see now, kind of how it varies here in weight, strength, all of that. As you guys can see, if you're looking at a player, let's say, who can I pull off the top of my head here for power move, right? Probably like Myles Garrett, whereas like finesse move, we're talking about like Von Miller, okay? Power move, as you guys can see, matters 70%, whereas weight only matters 10% and strength matters 20%. So by far and away, again, if you guys are going to go out there and you're looking for a pass rusher, what you guys want to focus on is going to be what's their strength and what's their power move. They could be a 240-pound defensive end versus a guy who's maybe 260 pounds, and if they have higher strength and higher power move, then in general, they're going to be better than that player who is 20 pounds heavier. And this is also something big because, again, I've talked about weight when it comes to the defensive line and pass rushers throughout the years as well. Now, if we're talking about someone who has a finesse move, though, it more so matters about their weight and their finesse move more than just their strength rating. So a lot of guys like instantly, I think like Bud Dupree, right? Doesn't necessarily have the craziest strength rating, whatever. There's a ton of budget beast guys who always have good weight and good finesse move, but maybe aren't the, strongest guys out there. Well, now with finesse move, it is straight up about weight and also the finesse move, and not so much about strength, and kind of the opposite for the strength and the weight options there for power move. And in general, if we take a look at how the defensive sheds formula looks for Madden 26, this really showcases a lot here. So, just in general, for getting off a block, as you can see for defense, 50% of actually getting off that shed is coming down to what is their actual block shed. So if you have a player, and you can kind of take a look at this for a case, right? Micah Parsons, the card is really good. He's going to be a great pass rusher. But that card is like, what, 69 run block, or 69 block shed, I believe. So in general, Micah, you're going to really notice, is not going to be fantastic out there for getting off of the run. Now, weight, though, only matters 5% of the formula. That's actually really big, because again, when it comes to players like specifically smaller defensive ends, smaller pass rushers, it doesn't really matter if you have a guy who is a 230-pound, defensive end, 240-pound defensive end versus those guys who are a lot bigger, 270, 275. The weight really doesn't matter. It's only 5% of the formula. So what does matter, though, is play rec. And I find that very interesting, that play rec actually matters that much, with strength mattering 15% of the formula. So by far and away now, heading into Madden 26, guys, weight is just straight up not going to be as big of a thing in general to care about for offensive and also defensive players. Which is really key to note this, which is why I want to make an entire video on this, as well as play rec, the block shed, everything like that. So if you do happen to have, this could go for more than just the D-line, by the way. This goes for everything. If we're talking about a cornerback, if we're talking about any sort of standing linebackers, Mike, Sams, Wills, whatever, this is crucial to know that you don't need to care if your Mike linebacker's 220 pounds versus getting a 250-pound bigger, Mike linebacker. If they still have good play rec and good block shed, they're going to be able to get out the blocks. Now, case in point here, let's take a look at some of the top edges and D linemen in the game, right? What actually matters? Well, weight doesn't seem to matter too much. It mostly is about the actual block shed, the play rec, and also about the strength rating. So Myles Garrett here, right? 86 strength, 85 block shed, 80 play rec. Now he is a bigger edge, but weight doesn't really matter too much. So in general, yeah, he's gonna get off the blocks a lot. TJ Watt, all right, play rec is really good, which is gonna assist here. The block shed's only a 78, and he has that 77 strength. So the play rec actually might add in a lot. Now Micah Parsons, he's only got the 78 strength. The weight on him, he's obviously one of the smaller edges, but it doesn't matter. But he only has 69 block shed with that 82 play rec. So you're really going to notice the difference with him. Nick Bosa, really good strength, not as high block shed though, and that 81 play rec. We have Max Crosby, again, kind of similar situation, strength, block shed, the 82 play rec right there. Trey Hendrickson, honestly, might be kind of a much better run shedder than you would expect there. Will Anderson, 80 block shed, play rec, 77 strength on him. Right here, you can see Aiden Hutchinson, who looks like Sam Laporta. Danielle Hunter, probably not going to be all that crazy good. Khalil Mack, 83 strength, 78 block shed, 82 play rec, and those are the top 10 edges. And when it comes to linebackers, right, Fred Warner, he's got great play rec, which is going to help him getting off the blocks more, only with the 75 block shed, though. And then you guys can see right here, like Roquan, he's got good block shed, good play rec. Zach Bond, 77 block shed. Bobby Wagner, 85 block shed, and 85 play rec. So those are the top two things that matter the most for getting off the blocks. Strength does matter a little bit. He only has 69 right there, but he's still going to be incredibly good at getting off the blocks. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, only 56 strength right there. Leo Chenal, run stopper archetype, and he's going to be pretty decent at getting to stopping the run. And specifically with defensive tackles, right? Chris Jones got 85 block shed, 85 play rec, 87 strength. Well, he's going to be phenomenal at stopping the run. Absolutely phenomenal at stopping the run right there, right? Cameron Hayward, 85, 85, 85. That's going to be pretty good right there. Dexter Lawrence. See, now Dexter, right? He is a massive DT. Absolutely massive DT. But he's only got 80 block shed versus those other DTs having 85 block shed, whereas he has the 87 strength, 85 play rec. He's not going to be as good at stopping the run than those other guys, even though he's much bigger than those other defensive tackles. Quentin Williams does have the 85 block shed right there. Namdi, you can see Vita Vea, 85 strength, but the weight, obviously, I love Vita Vea cards because he's huge, right? Well, he's not going to really matter as much. He has the 85 strength, which is great, but the block shed matters the most. So even a guy like Vita Vea may not block shed as good as someone like, someone who has higher block shed, but not nearly as much weight. So that's really the difference that I wanted to point out by doing this video here, just to tell you guys this and keep you informed so you're very aware. Come Madden 26 when it comes out, you're going to really notice a guy like Jalen Carter, as big as he is, he's only got 75 block shed and 77 play rec, and those two matter more than that 85 strength right there. So I definitely wanted to cover that. Let me know down below what you guys think about it. I think this is a very, very vital information to keep in mind when it comes to Madden 26, and especially at the beginning of the year, because yeah, those guys that are 330, 340 pound DTs, listen, it doesn't really matter what their weight is. If they don't have as high of a block shed as a guy who's 290 pounds, you're not going to stop the run as much. So with that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like in the video, and of course that sub button down below. Figured this is something pretty big that definitely needed a video. And if you guys enjoyed this video, check out these.